Hey guys, so welcome to my kitchen first off. Secondly, we're doing this video because we're talking about greens and why they're good for you, but also how to make them taste good for you and how to make it quick. So I've got a couple of things to put together. We have asparagus, we have zucchini spirals. I will tell you that something that makes it very fast is to use spirals or pre-cut zucchini. You can also use bagged broccoli slaw or broccoli, just from the simple fact that you can throw those in the microwave and they're really only take you about 3 to 5 minutes. Other things that you can use, canned green beans, and then spinach. So I'm gonna take these things through and I'll show you how to make all this stuff, and it's only gonna take us about 20 minutes to do that, and you'll have all of these greens for your week and they'll all be tasty. We're looking at all these things that we're cooking with. Really you can use any kind of spices that you wanna use, but I pulled out some stuff that I feel like is really easy and then also fits in with your macros really well. We're gonna get started prepping this stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys the quick way to do this. The reason we have this out is because I don't like to clean, so I want to make it as quick and as fast as possible. So we use the spray oil. Literally put it in your pan, boom, all your pans were set. I would use it on your aluminum foil too. We're gonna start with the asparagus because that's like super simple. I buy most of my veggies already pre-cut or pre-ready to be like cooked, so that yet again it takes less time. It might be a little more expensive, but you're looking at $1 or $2 to save you an hour or two. So I feel like that's worth it. What I tend to do is I'll give it a little extra spray on the food, or what you can do is use some, I can't believe it's not butter. They use a couple of sprays of those and it'll just add that little extra flavor, right? So we talk about sodium a lot. A lot of people don't like, they go low salt, and it's not necessarily good for you to go low salt. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys that Himalayan pink salt is a great thing to add. So I generally add a lot because we are in Iron House and Iron House doesn't have the air and we are sweating a lot. So you're gonna want that sodium intake. Also, pepper, always a win. So popcorn seasonings, the reason I chose these is because they don't have any macros in them, because a lot of your seasonings will, right? So you want to take some that like aren't necessarily like carbs or anything like that. So we have like the garlic parmesan. We just toss it on there, and you can go, I wouldn't say be excessive with it, but I would definitely say you can use a good amount and it'll definitely help with your food. So that's already ready to go into the oven. Okay, so now that we have the asparagus done, I'm gonna show you guys what else we need to do. So we have the broccoli florets, and like I said with this, you can toss it into the microwave and it'll literally take you like 3 minutes to cook. You can toss it onto your pan that we already pre-greased because that's the easiest way to do it, right? And we're gonna prep all this stuff together. So broccoli is always better with cheese. So what we're going to do is season it, and then we're gonna bake all of this for 20 minutes. And then when it comes out, if we want to add cheese, i.e. add protein, we're gonna do that. So give it a little butter spray, give it a different seasoning. One nice thing about, like I said, the popcorn seasonings, they have a cheddar seasoning. And I'm sorry, like broccoli and cheese, what? Give me all the cheese. So we're gonna add a bunch of that. Always add salt, pepper, because you ain't coming into my southern kitchen without getting some pepper on your food. Boom. So go straight into the oven. You can put your oven, I'd put it anywhere from 400 to 450 depending on your time frames, how crunchy you like your shit, and then 20 minutes. It's really about all you need. To use our time wisely, we're gonna make all the other things for our greens as well. So zucchini noodles, probably about 2 servings of greens. Dump, and then yet again, what we're going to do is even those out a little bit, use some Cajun seasoning. That way we're able to, you can either do like a pasta with it, like a Alfredo, or you can do a marinara. Either way, it gives it a little bit of a different feel. We are going to cook that on a medium heat. Spinach, aside from making a spinach salad, because you don't always just want a salad, you can saute your spinach. All you gotta do, there's some spray butter in there, or some spray oil in there, like I said. Put your spinach in there, handful of it. Yet again, I'm gonna say a couple sprays of spray butter. Something that's really good for your spinach would be seasonings for sure. Tomato, basil, garlic is something that I like to use because I'll be honest with you, I generally put spinach in all of my omelets. I almost forgot. Gotta add the seasonings. The seasonings are the game changer, y'all. That's what makes the biggest difference. Continuing on, we have the broccoli slaw. yet again, this is something that can easily be tossed into a microwave or it can be cooked. I prefer to saute it, and let me tell you why. So when you put this in here and you saute it, you can give it its own feel, right? So one nice thing about the broccoli slaw is that if you're low calorie, low carb, which a lot of us are because we're dieting, you need options. So you can use this slaw to make a different like Asian feel or whatever for your food. So we're going to cook that with, we aren't using butter. Surprise, surprise. We are gonna do. I talked about seasonings that didn't have any carbs or calories or anything in them, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some carbs. Teriyaki sauce has carbs in it. So what you can do, and this is if your pan is already on, sit it over here on your scale, put it on there, and you can zero it out, right? So we check our nutrition label on here, and it tells me that 15 is our serving size. So that's a couple of servings of greens. We'll add a couple servings of this, and we pour. Then soy sauce is just more sodium, so we'll go ahead and put that back on the stove, and then just give a little sprinkle of that. I tend to use the low sodium teriyaki and soy sauce just because even though sodium is good, the amount of sodium in some of these Asian products are super, super high. All right, so if you take a look while we're doing this, our zucchinis, our zoodles are almost done. Looking down, here it start bubbling a little bit. At that point, I think it's time to stir. And then, boom. So that's done. All you have to do is top that with some chicken or some protein, or you can even leave it in here, and we could have added egg whites or eggs to it. So what I'm gonna do is, now that that's finished, we're gonna go ahead and make a pasta out of this so you guys can see it really quick. I keep sauces in the fridge. I keep marinara and Alfredo in the fridge. If you add, and I'll show you guys this, a serving size of this only has 9 grams of protein in it. You add 2 of these and you've literally made an entire meal. Here is a pasta that you just made that has 10 grams of carbs and 20 grams of protein in it. Back to our broccoli slaw. As you can see, it's cooked down some more. We're going to add in, we have a chili paste that's really good. Boom, that's 18. I'll take a little while. While we're mixing that stuff in, what we're gonna do is we're going to crack an egg and let that cook. This is pretty much done. We'll start mixing it in. As you can tell, you heard the timer go off for our oven. Everything is almost done. Your asparagus is pretty much done. The broccoli is close to done. What we can do is you can either take your asparagus out of here, and I just tend to sit it right there until I put it in my Tupperware. So I don't know if you guys can tell anything about this, but this is literally, I would say, what I would call an Asian stir fry. It's absolutely delicious. You can top it with ahi tuna. You can top it with chicken. You can top it with salmon. Thanks for joining us today, guys. We're trying to make this newsletter a monthly thing, so you'll see another one coming soon about some more recipe stuff. I also post pretty regularly food things on my Instagram. It is smashly_724. Also, if you'd want to chat with me a little more about nutrition and things, you can always come see us at Iron House. Come check out the fam, be part of it. Thank you again for joining us. I really hope this was helpful.